Hi, welcome to today's episode of Men's Kitchen with yours truly, David Pham, aka McGinny Fat Fat. Today, we're taking a trip to China with fast food takeout. We're doing sweet and sour pork served with white rice. So, simple ingredients: flour, all-purpose, cornstarch, some pork I cubed up, a bell pepper, some ketchup, some sugar, some vinegar. That's about it. And here we go. So let's get started. We'll turn on our fire. You're gonna need this hot because it needs to boil. You start with water. Pour it in the pot. I like to make extra here so that I can pour it over my rice as we eat. Next, some sugar. This is not brown sugar, it's just organic cane sugar, unprocessed. You're gonna need a good amount to counter the vinegar's sourness. Hence the name, sweet and sour. Alright, vinegar. The white distilled vinegar is fine. If you have apple cider vinegar, even better. It adds more flavor. Put that in. I think a little bit more. I like a little tangy. It's about good. Next, some ketchup. About a tablespoon. Stir it up. Using a little spatula here. Mix that up. Get it to full blast. Let it boil. Set this aside. Next, we add some pineapple juice. That's it. Simple as is. Once it boils, we will tighten it with some cornstarch. A quick stir. You can leave it as is, but if you want the fancy red color, we can just add some food coloring. That's about 5 drops or so. So, I want the red food color. So, I'm going to add 5 or so drops to add color to my dish. Looks a little more pleasing and appetizing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Quick. It's already turned. While that is mixing and cooking and boiling, we get a bell pepper and we rough chop. Wash it first, please. That's key. Let's rough chop this into like nice little pieces, about 1 inch by 1 inch. As you can see, we have bell peppers. Set that to the side. This is boiling. We mix this in. Sweetness already and the sour. Let that boil. We want to get all the ketchup to mix into. With that just a slight acidic level from the tomatoes and sweetness. We give this a taste. That's a little tart. I'm gonna need some more sugar. Turn your fire down. Let the sugar dissolve. Just keep mixing it through. While that's boiling, we make the coating for our pork. Step 1, get your all-purpose flour. Don't let that overboil. This we use as a dredge for our wet batter. It's equal parts of cornstarch and flour, so equal parts. Flour, put that to the side. Cornstarch. 1-to-1, guys. 1-to-1 ratio. Just like that. Put this to the side. Let me wipe off my hands a little bit from the flour. Add some water. Just like that. Put my spoon here. Grab my fork. And stir. It will create a slight paste. If you need more water, as I do, add more. We're sort of forming a what they call a wet batter, but a thicker, like a pancake consistency. So as you can see, the batter is like almost like a pancake consistency. That will give it a nice coating as we fry. So once this is done, set this down to the side. Let's taste this sauce once again. I think that's just almost perfect. Maybe it needs a little bit more sugar. That's about it. That's it. And the sauce is ready. Let me taste this sauce again. That's good. Once you've had the perfect balance of sweet and sour, you're ready for the final step for your sauce. A cornstarch slurry, as I mentioned earlier, guys. So simple. This is a new trick I just recently learned. This cornstarch slurry is like life. Anything that I've done so far that needs to be thickened, I just use this. It's so easy. It's crazy. That's a lot of sauce there. I need a good amount of cornstarch. Alright. Put the lid back on my case here. Oh, making a mess of it. Whew. Clean those hands off. Grab my water. Pour it into my bowl here. Create a slurry. To do this, you guys cannot mix chunks of cornstarch into our sauce. Why? As soon as you put it in, it's going to be a goop of gel. So you have to dissolve this in cold water, or at least room temperature, but not hot water either. That thing is going to turn into a big ball of gunk. So when it's finally fully dissolved, pour it into your sauce, and it will tighten. The more you add, the more it will gel up. So add it gradually, guys. Three spoons. I'll turn the fire up and I'll check the consistency. Let's set that to the side and let's see. It's not thick enough, so therefore we must add some more. Add another 3-4 spoons in there and let's see where it goes. Stir it around. We want this almost as thick as a pancake syrup consistency. Because if it's any thicker than that, it's going to congeal. Oh, let me give this one last taste. That's good. And look at that consistency. That's what you're looking for. Just like a little pancake syrup, just thick enough. Turn off our fire. Set it to the side. Right there. Next step, grab our oil. Turn on the fire. and let the oil heat up. So, back to our flour. All-purpose flour, 1-to-1 dredge and mixture that I turned into a batter of all-purpose flour and corn starch. So, pork loin, tenderloins there. I cut it into cubes, as you can see. Dredge it in our flour, just like that, a few pieces. Do it a few pieces at a time or the oil will drop and it's not going to be good. It's not going to be crispy. From there, you take it and you drop it into our wet batter. Yes, this two-step process is key. You want the first flour coating to dry out the meat. Second one to coat on to the wet flour batter. With this coating, it will give you a very crispy and hard texture around the pork to adhere to our sauce. So, now that our batter is coated, let's test this oil. Drop a piece in. Come on now. Oh, it's good enough. It's bubbling. And as soon as you see that thing bubble and float to the top, you know your oil's ready, guys. So, we're going to drop our first piece. We're going to drop our second piece. And just continue. Woo! While that's cooking, I'm going to do a little cleanup. Got a whole mess on my counter. Let's put some stuff away. So my ketchup. Y'all gonna take a peek in my fridge. It's nuts in here. Pull my juice away. Just like that. Feel a little tidy up, you know. Close up my bag here. So I'll do my cleanup. You know, put my flour away. Put the cornstarch aside. Have a little drink while we're waiting. I forgot my tongs. Let's show you guys what it looks like. Wow, look at that coating already on there. Touch it a little bit. Oh, it's beginning to crisp. So, as it begins to crisp up and cook all the way through, watch your oil temperature. You don't want it to be raw. You don't want it to be raw. So, let me clean up so I can have more room to cook. Put that to the side. Fix my glasses. Stir it around. Make sure they don't stick to one another. So, now that they're almost done cooking, let's check on them. Oh, golden brown and delicious. Turn off our fire. Turn it into a bowl. Put some napkins like that. Simple. Collect the grease. Watch it splatter. Oh. Almost got me a few times. So, now we have that. We set our oil to the side. So now, once your oil has been placed to the side, grab a new pan. Make sure it's clean. So, turn on your fire. Turn on full blast. I want this as hot as possible. Not smoking though. So, add a little oil. Some bell peppers I chopped earlier. Grab my handy spatula spoon here. Stir it around. Just to get some veggies. So I had to learn this dish because it wasn't in my culture though. You know, growing up, my mom always took us out to eat Chinese food because she never cooked it. She can cook it. But what she always liked to order was sweet and sour pork. And I was like, you know what? I had so many memories about sweet and sour pork. Just going to the Chinese restaurant just to eat it. Why would I not make it for my own mother? Like the woman that gave me life, birth, and everything I have today. So I learned how to make sweet and sour pork just from my mama. Give this a quick toss Like that. Boom, boom. Y'all see that? Just kidding. I'm no chef. They call me McGinny Fat. I can eat them. Just like that. Throw in the pork that we just cooked. Stir that around. Smoking a little bit. Can you see that? Set down my spatula. Just give my sauce a quick stir. Starting to congeal and add the sauce. Stir it around. It's going to glaze and coat up. Make sure your heat is hot enough so that it creates a glaze around the veggies, around your pork. Grab a clean plate. And voila, we have dinner. In a matter of 15 minutes, you guys can serve sweet and sour pork to your loved ones, to your spouse, your family, maybe a new girlfriend. Hey, you never know. They might fall in love over sweet and sour pork. Just like that, I turn off my fire, plate my dinner. If you're like me, who wants a lot of sauce, just drizzle some more on. Just like that. Hey, I'm no pro chef. It's a little messy, but it's okay. That's why this is called Men's Kitchen, guys. I serve this with a bowl of white rice. That's how I grew up eating. White rice with everything. Let me take a bite for y'all. Oh, it's steaming hot. Right real good. So, if you guys enjoyed that video, hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment below. Let me know what y'all think. And lastly, hit that bell notification icon to see when my next video is up. Thanks, guys.